5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello! How can you tell that it's your spirit guides communicating with you and not just your imagination? That's the question for this live stream. Welcome. Feel free to share your knowledge in the chat. So I will be reading that, of course. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask whatever you want, and feel free to share whatever is going on in your life if you feel like it. It's really nice to hear from all of you, and that I can read your thoughts and not just speak about myself all the time, which I do. There's some news coming up from the channel. I have some news about Jay, I have some news about Jonas the healer, and I have some news about the project I'm starting. And tonight I will also, seems to be something I always end up doing, reading a quote from Sanaya, Suzanne Giesman's guides. So that's all coming up in this live stream. So let's see if there's some action going on here in the chat. Might be a little summer slow still. Just the beginning of August. Let me share with you some news about Jay. You can see it in the chat. Jay has written about why people struggle with manifesting. And if you click that link, you will get to a page. If you leave your email, you will get on Jay's list, and all the emails from that list is gonna be about Jay and her knowledge about manifesting and the throne method and everything. So this is a way for us to, if you are interested in Jay's work, to focus in on that, because on the channel now, Jay's content is a little all over the place. That's my bad. But now we can focus it if you leave your name and email. And right away you will get an email, Jay explaining why people struggle to manifest. And I have some news about Jay. So feel free to do that, but it would be great if you watch this first before you start reading her stuff, but you decide, of course. But I have some news about Jay. I asked her, and it shows in that email. So gradually we are discovering more and more about Jay. Jay is a woman, we know that now, right? But Jay is also a doctor. Yes, a physician. Jay is a doctor. And I find it, for me, she's not really interested in titles, but I find it increases her credibility in my view. You know, being a doctor is kind of cool. So Jay is a doctor. That's the news about Jay, and that you can get on Jay's list if you want to. And earlier today, I went to see Jonas the healer. He's a Norwegian healer. He's really gifted, I would say. He's very connected to the healing energy. And we made some videos, and I recorded a video with him, and I think it's an interesting topic. The topic is, can you heal yourself? Jonas the healer, if you don't know, we made a video that went quite viral. So many people know who he is. And I asked him, can we heal ourselves? So that's a video coming up on the channel this following week, just in a few days. And the project I would like to share with you is, it's a testing of the trust trip. The trust trip is going to happen in May or the end of April 2026 in Italy, walking from Lucca to Rome. And the idea with the trust trip is to just start walking with no or very little plans and just be guided and trusting with some intentions. I won't go into details now, but it's kind of a metaphor of living life in flow with guidance and with inspiration from the Spirit. So we'll be walking through Luca. And I will be testing this like a dress rehearsal or something in the south of Sweden. Some people call it Sweden's Tuscany. It's really beautiful. And I will be going this week, and I will be making videos about that trip going to the south of Sweden. It's an area called, I think it's English called Scania. It's called Skåne in Swedish, and Norwegian is the south part of Sweden, which is really beautiful, especially in the summer. Yeah. I think that's the news. Let's see if there's some more comments now. And yes, there is. I just need to get some more lights on my screen. PR Maxi writes, hi, thanks to your speak up method, I manifested the rain to stop so I didn't get drenched. LOL. Cool. Cool, PR Maxi. May I ask you, if this is the first time you do that, how do you feel about that? Because when this is my blocks, I think, and self-esteem. I don't know. But I tend to think more and more, oh, I don't want to bother Spirit with this. And I think that's a mistake. And I think it's good that you do it. And I love it that you share it. But what was awakened in you when you did your thing with the speak up method and then the weather changed? Because it is, kind of crazy. So, yeah, thank you for sharing. Yeah. Good morning to all from New Zealand. Chrissy Green writes, hello. Dalso140, hi, my guides have told me something life-changing many times through my pendulum with a timeline, yet nothing happened. Why? Well, Delso, I don't trust the pendulum. This is just me talking. I really don't trust the pendulum and its yeses and nos. Because I do believe that Spirit moves through the ideomotor effect in your arm and communicating with you, but there's so many reasons why that it could interfere with the message. You might have an opinion about the answer. You might not be, really present, or I don't know. There's so many things that can disturb that thing. So please don't. Just my experience. Please don't trust pendulums and make life choices based on that. I would trust much more a pop-in or a download, or you get an idea that just comes into your mind without you thinking of the topic at all. Out of the blue, you get something in your head. I would trust that much more, and I would trust your heart. Check everything. Run it through the heart. What does the heart say? And you are in charge here. Do not follow any guidance, including my guidance, without checking in with your common sense and your heart, right? Don't go all up in the clouds and just be in the sky. Stay grounded. Use your common sense in these things. Really important, I think. Kate Morris, hello from Kate in UK. Hello, UK. Dida writes, hi, my spirit guides seem to have messed with my bank account to my advantage. Oh, really? Please tell me how you did that. Yeah. So when the bank calls, now there's been some mistake. No, it was my spirit guide who gave it to me, so I won't give it back. Yeah. Gail Alexander writes, says hi. Malaysia from Bergum. Hello, Terry from Malaysia. Hello. I've been to Malaysia many, many years ago. Kuala Lumpur. KL, as they call it. Yeah. Gail writes, the speak up method. If you don't know what it is, it's linked down below. It's free. You just leave your email. The speak up method confronted my ability to trust in a higher power. I asked myself, how can this work? But it does and did. Confronted my ability to trust in a higher power. I don't think I understand. I understand the words, but I don't understand your meaning here, Gail. So please tell me a little more. Ability to trust in a higher power. Well, you are part of a higher power, right? So you are a creator. I don't know if that's what you're on about here. Hannah writes, I don't trust the pendulum either. No, it's a fun thing. Use it. It's cool. It works many times, but no. Gmon, hello from UK. Delso, thank you. Yeah. User on YouTube, 123 says hi. Hello. Anya PJ, good evening, Terry. I felt it very physical this week, especially in the breastbone area, unbelievably heavy waves. Is it a pain area since several years? And it takes the pain away. Scary, but healing. Great. Wonderful that this works out for you. Luciana Mafra says hello, Terry. Sherry says hi. Yeah. So you want to write some more about how do you know it's your guides? Because I'm going to give my take on it, of course, but when you get guidance, how do you know it's them? How do you know it's not just your imagination or something you came up with? How do you, well, we did talk a little bit about it, about pendulum, and not to trust that too much. Yeah, that would be great. Let's see here. I will now read the quote from Suzanne Giesman's guides. So it's Suzanne. People think I say Sam. I'm not saying Sam. I'm saying Suzanne Giesman and Sanaya, her guides. I really love this. I found it on some old notes. So it's an old post, but I saved it because it's so good. Are you ready for some wisdom from the spirit world channeled through Suzanne Gisman? You have all the help in the world you need. Just ask the universe. If you do not receive an answer from within, be aware of other ways in which it may come to you. Signs, synchronicity, a happenstance conversation may contain just what you need to hear or know. And this is how it goes. Do not simply wonder. Be open to wonder. Ask pointedly of higher consciousness, of the web of which you are a part, trusting that an answer will come. But perhaps not in the way you expect. You are so very loved. They end each message with, you are so very loved. I think that's so nice. So Sonaya says, just ask the universe. If you don't receive an answer from within, so you could receive an answer from within, that would be a feeling or maybe a pop-in. If it doesn't come from within, it might come from outside, right? In signs, synchronicity, you hear a conversation about someone's talking, just what you needed to hear. You hear a song or whatever, right? And they say we are a part of a web. So the idea, and that's, I don't claim to understand quantum physics, but it either proves or strongly suggests that everything is connected, right, in the universe. So the web is, it's all connected. And when you send out, let's say this is the web, and you send out, maybe through the speak up method or whatever method you choose, you send out a clear signal with your intention, you vibrate, you vibrate the web, and it's all connected. So you can get results, right? Because we are all one. That's the idea, right? Yeah. I think it's so cool. So cool. Let me see the comments again. Gail writes, the speak up method is such a simple method. At first, I didn't know whether it would work, but it does work, and it did. Yeah. Larry writes, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. He rose from the dead, proving his power over death, offering eternal life to anyone who believes in him. Have a great day. Yep. Luciana writes, hello. I know when my guides speak, the left side of my body feels it. Okay, left side of the body. The sensations are similar to vibrations in my left arm and below my chest. Cool. Really cool. Gail writes, are we in the library? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. People, I made a video from a library, and people were so impressed that you could be alone. I think I'm alone here now too. They could be alone in the library at night, because it's 10:30, now 10:17 p.m., right? Yeah, you just you sign a contract, and you get a code, and you can just go inside. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, okay, is the library open on Sunday? No, it's closed, but you have this card. So, yeah, you can go in. That is cool, Gail. That is cool. Yeah. Of course, there's cameras everywhere. So if you start behaving like a crazy person, then you will be on camera, of course. Let me tell you how I know that my guides are speaking to me. And I don't find this easy, but somehow I know there is something about that too. Well, the first sign is that I get a pop in an idea, and it's not connected to anything I've just thought of. It's just like totally different chapter, you know. When you get that, where did that come from? I haven't thought about that in a week, and then poof, you get an idea. That for me is a really, really clear sign. And also, I don't channel like Suzanne Gisman and many others does, but I do sometimes if I speak in a experience, when I speak in a video, I speak something, and then I just speak something else. So it's happened quite a few times that my guides have either corrected me or given me new information so it's kind of, I get a feeling or an idea that what I said is almost like it happens automatically. And I think that might be for me a path to go down to explore further. And one of the strongest one, I don't know if you saw that video, but I'll tell the story really short. I was in Portugal, and I was walking, and I saw this cute dog with this little dog with the legs going like this, like drumsticks. And I like to talk to my guides, so I said, "Hey, look at those legs moving, really, really, really like blurry fast, right?" So I said to I just said out loud, "Oh, look at those legs," and then I. It's hard to explain. Um, but it's not a voice, but it's maybe it's a thought. And the thought I got was, "Oh, oh, look at those legs." And then my head turned and I looked at the woman walking the dog, and she had great legs. I didn't notice the woman, I noticed the dog. But my spirit said, "Hey," like a body, "look at those legs." And I was kind of shocked that I was shocked that, but I find it now, looking back, reassuring that, yeah, but I didn't suspect my guides to, comment on women's legs, right? But that was a clear indication that that was communication from my guides, because I kind of didn't hear it, but I felt it, and it was a thought, but it was not mine at all. Look at those legs. Oh yeah, no, she had great legs, yeah. So sometimes this is hard to explain, but you kind of know the difference, that it's not yours. If you suspect, if you've been thinking about something and you continue with that train of thought, it's probably just you and your imagination. But if it's something completely new coming out of nowhere, then it's probably not. My take on it, yeah. Terry, what's the zodiac sign? What do you think of astrology? I'm a Cancer. Yeah, very, very introverted. I am extremely introverted, hiding person. What do you think about astrology? Well, yeah, I don't know much about it, but I have had made some, these maps or whatever you call it, based on when you were born and where you were born, and those are scary accurate. So I totally believe there's something there. Yeah. Hello and good evening from Egypt. How nice, Amira Salama. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Never been to Egypt. I would love to go there. Yeah. Hannah writes, "It's funny with those women's legs." Yes, it was funny, but I was first just shocked. Andrea Schuck writes, "When we come together with the same intention, much more powerful." Yes, I have looked into that, and it says that when you in manifesting, one is one and two is 10, right? It's not, if you join intentions, it's not just twice the power. It's like boom, much more than the amount of people joining in the intention. Hannah writes, "I think guides often were humans in other lives." Yeah, sure, absolutely. So they know about women's legs. Yeah. Victor, I tried a few times the speak up method, but it does not seem to work for me. What advice can you give me? Well, depends on what you were intending and asking for, of course. And, things happen in seconds. Yes, that is true. But it depends on what it is. Some things take longer, of course. So it's a little hard to get advice without knowing what it was. So if you can write, Victor, what did you try to manifest? Maybe I can do a better job. Amira writes, "Do you think make a group and manifest for each other is legal?" Yeah, sure, that's legal. The number one person on this planet, I think, when it comes to these things, is can I remember her name? Let's see if we can use the speak up method to remember. Okay, my intention is that I am remembering the name of the author of The Power of Eight. Scottish author woman. Thank you. Let's see if it comes to me. It is absolutely legal. So I know the thing is with this, when you, I can't stop trying to, when you do this, I've done this many times, and it's the best way to remember something after intending to remember is to not think about it, to change the subject. Then it often comes. If I still try to, oh, what was her name? Then it's harder. Oh, well, I'll see if it shows up, and I'll leave it. But I'll find it. But it's The Power of Eight is the book, and it doesn't have to be 8, but yeah. And there's been some. I still can't let it go. The woman, made a lot of research on her website, which kind of proves that the lowered crime in areas of cities and everything. So it's very cool. Hannah writes, so they still remember liking legs or beautiful woman or something like that? Yeah, sure. And they know what it's like to live on this planet. And they have a great sense of humor. That's probably what it was, right? Sense of humor, yeah. Oh, Victor, he didn't seem to make it work right, the speak up method. I asked for a Fujifilm camera. Yeah. And that's very concrete. And I wouldn't recommend that. Well, I shouldn't say that, but for me, it's hard to manifest something so concrete. I have too many blocks to do it. So I am a strong believer, Victor, in not manifesting a Fujifilm camera. I would leave it more open. But of course, you want this camera, and there's nothing wrong with wanting that and getting that. Absolutely not. But I find the most effective thing is that if you have a problem, ask and intend for a solution to that problem, and not a specific solution, not a concrete thing, but an open solution, so that the universe can do its magic. I've talked about this many times, so I think you got it. But yeah. Oh, Gail writes, that's the name of the author. Lynn McTaggart, exactly. Yeah. That's the Lynn McTaggart, The Power of Eight. She has videos and everything, and she's very good. Yeah. Luciana Mafra writes, hello, is it possible that spiritual guides can speak in different ways? When I'm with my plants, I feel such a presence, very soft, involving them. Yeah, sure. Sure, that's possible. And they're not physical, right? So absolutely, they can speak in different ways. There are theories that the universe is mental, and by mental, it's not crazy mental, but it's like some people compare the universe like how things work in a dream, right? It's not physical, and you can just imagine things and it appears. There's a delay here in manifesting on this planet, but in other parts of the spirit world it happens right away, and because it's mental, it's not physical. Yeah. So I'm sure they can go through plants or whatever. I don't know. Yeah. Andrea Schuck, joining these live interactions make me so connected to my guides. Just relax and breathe. Messages come. Yeah. Leave space. Leave some room for them to work in. If you are occupied and thinking and not having silent time at all, there's it's hard for them to go through the noise. If there's only noise 24/7, they can maybe come in your dreams, but no, have some alone time. Just sit in silence and have an intention to communicate with your guides. It's that easy. And meditation is also, on this silence, so healthy for us in so many ways. Amira writes, let's try to manifest a camera for Victor as a group. What will happen? Yeah, sure. Victor, how many times should we use the speak up method per day? I would only speak it once, because repeating the same thing has a little desperate vibe to it, and we don't want that. We want trust. We want to let it go, and we want to trust. So you can repeat it for yourself, so that but it shouldn't be like, a universe, I told you yesterday and nothing happened. I'm going to tell you again. No, don't do that. But if you want to keep this fresh in your mind, then it's okay to repeat it for yourself. But I wouldn't repeat it, the same thing, no. Stace writes, I talk to my guides while I'm driving and I get answers via music and lyrics. Wonderful, wonderful. And that's the thing. If you listen to some music and if you start looking for, oh, is this line or this song a message to me? Then it's not. But if you're driving along and you're thinking about whatever, something else, and then suddenly your attention goes to the lyrics, right? Oh, and you don't know why your attention goes to the lyrics, but it does. That's a sign. See the difference here? You need to kind of be surprised by it. So you suddenly listen to the chorus or the lyrics and it makes sense to you, that's a sign. Yeah. Universum, I can manifest a parking lot in a busy city center, no problem. But I have some resistance in receiving bigger stuff. Yeah, yeah. And it's a good thing to start small, right? So you build your confidence by getting that parking spot or changing the weather, which is actually quite easy. The weather seems to be easy, yeah. So you can build it up from there, yeah. Rehana writes, relationship with an ex-sister-in-law and two cousins have become strained. Do I let go of these relationships? I feel I'm evolving and they are on a different path. And first of all, I think that's a wonderful perspective. They're not wrong. We don't want to make anyone wrong. They're on a different path. Exactly. Wonderful perspective. And yes, I would limit it. I would, in a book called, and it's one of the best ones I've listened to. I listen to most books. It's called I Am, I Create. And the main message, I think I'm remembering this correct, the main message in that book, it's a channel message. The main message is there is nothing more important than you feeling good. Period. What? Yes. Nothing more important than that you feel good. So, Rihanna, yes, I would be, you know, call it selfish if you want to. Protect your energy. Absolutely. Absolutely. You don't have to be dramatic and tell them, I will never see you again, but you can just slowly move. And of course, now maybe I got a pop in now because I was going to read the next comment and just boof, I got intent for it. So Rihanna, what you could do is that you focus, connect to your heart, raise your head and say, my intention is that I'm experiencing a solution to my relationship with, and the names of these people, and I ask for this or something even better. We'll leave it open. And I ask that this happens in the best interest of all. We want this to be love and light. And now I ask my guides and helpers to assist me in this creation. Thank you, and so be it. That's the speak up method, which is linked down below. And now you haven't asked for them to move or them to change, or no, it's not specific. You asked for a solution to your challenge with these people. And that can come in so many different ways. And you said, I want this or something even better, which removes your blocks in manifesting because you have no idea what's going to come now. You intended for something even better. And you ask your guides to assist you, which also removes your blocks because you don't know what they can do. So it's all out there now. I know I've said this quite a few times, but that's the essence of the speak up method. So I would absolutely intend for it. And that was an idea was just popped into my head now. I was starting to read the next comment, so that might have been a pop in. Yeah. Helen writes, thank you, Terry. Starting small is good. It doesn't build confidence. Blessings always. It doesn't build confidence? Okay. Yeah. Universum, have we been programmed to give more than we are allowed to receive? Hence this resistance and doubt. No, I think it's life, man. Or I don't know if you're a man. I think the blocks come from life. Childhood experiences, self-esteem, confidence, all those things. Not feeling worthy, is the number one, I would assume. So you're blocking it because you really don't think you. But it's easier to manifest with the speak up method because then it bypasses many of those blocks. But if you want, I want that camera with those details, then I feel that it's like, I don't believe that's going to happen. That's my inner critic talking, right? Begum writes, yeah, Luciana writes, people don't forget the likes. No, thank you. The likes, lovely. Begum writes, Terry, I'm in a situation that is a bit challenging. What if the choices available to me doesn't tick all the boxes? How can I use the speak up method to make a decision? You could do what I just said, Begum, and intend and ask for a solution, totally open solution. You can also intend and ask for an insight. You want to get ideas how to solve this issue, right? You can ask your guides to give that to you. That will probably come as an idea out of the blue when you're not thinking about this topic, or maybe in a dream. That would be two. And of course, the perspective you choose. So, Begum, situation that is a bit challenging. Yes, we acknowledge that it is challenging. We also acknowledge that challenges are the fastest way of growing as souls. If everything was easy, we wouldn't grow as much. So if you choose the soul perspective, that isn't this interesting? How can I grow from this? This is gonna make me a better soul and a better human being in the long run. Yes, it's painful now, we acknowledge that, but it's not only painful, it's also useful. Maybe for later, but yeah. So if you take that perspective, which takes you a little out of the problem and looking down on it and having a bird's eye view, that helps me a lot anyway. Yeah. Andrea Rehana writes, thank you. And Andrea writes, having this platform to connect with each other is a blessing. Yes, I find that too. This path can be a very lonely path, right? So yeah. Patel writes, what's your day routine? Lately, it's for me it goes a little in waves. And my routine now, I just speak. I just speak to my guides, and I find that, and then this might be not the nothing is. This might not be a good advice for you guys, because I might be going down a path which is not ideal for me or for anyone. But I noticed that I don't want anything anymore. So that might be a little depression and a little. But if I really think about it, well, what I really think maybe I want is an RV, a camper van. And other than that, I don't know. No, I don't. So I don't have this wish list of I want that and I want that no, I'm totally not interested in that. The RV is freedom for me to can drive into some beautiful areas and just sleep in the car, right? It's perfect. So my method and routine is I will dive and find out more about this when I go on my trip to Sweden. But I think maybe because we are creators, right? I think we are here to create and not creating. No, don't want to bother you with because I haven't thought this through. I just noticed that I don't want anything anymore. Now I have some money and I have my health and I have my YouTube channel and my things and no, I'm good. Yeah. Anneli Duffy Lindström, Sweden. Yeah, I'm going to Skåne this week and to do a trial run of the trust trip. So I'm going to walk the Österlen. Yeah. Have an RV for sale. It's waiting for you in Spain. I would love that. Yeah. Isn't that the optimal freedom feeling? So, and in Norway and Sweden and Denmark, it's much more easy. You can stop almost anywhere and sleep wherever you want to. That's a little harder in other parts of Europe, but still, yeah, perfect. What is the meaning of life? Why are we here? Patel writes. And my take and many, I think I can talk, I don't want to put words in other people's mouth, but we are here to grow, to experience, to learn, to expand ourselves as humans, as souls, and hence expanding the universe. That's why we are here. It's an earth school. We came here in a physical form. Well, it's not really physical, is it? We know this. If you look with a microscope, everything, nothing is physical. It only feels physical. So that's kind of an illusion just there. But now we're here to grow and learn and expand and find ourselves on our way back to where we came from and realizing this riddle. Yeah. Universum, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. How lovely is that? Yesterday is history, tomorrow is mystery, today is a gift. That's why we call it the present. Absolutely, yeah. Nina writes, Österlen is amazing. Yes, thank you. Annalie, yeah, could be nice. It's, I think it's around 100 kilometers walk. So I'm gonna walk in nature and be with my guides in my, yeah, intro perspective, yeah. Do you prefer silent meditation or use guided meditations? I used to do a lot of guided meditations, now not so much, more silent. Yeah. Okay, this library closes in a not so long time, so I will be, just check my notes. Yeah. You know what? It's gonna feel a little rushed to do the meditation, now the healing today, so I'll skip the healing today. I'll do it next Sunday, I promise. I don't want to rush, I feel, stress about it. Andrea, how can we contribute to you? In terms of money, there's a link in the description all the way at the bottom. You can donate if you want to. That's really nice of you if you want to do that, if that's what you meant. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. It really makes me some kind of at home. Yeah, I get this feeling when I'm with other spiritual people. I feel at home. It's in my life. It's not so many of them that are interested in this. So nice to hang out with the like-minded people. Yeah, that's really nice. And if you are feeling alone in this path, I would suggest there's always spiritual people around you. You can just Google spiritual activities or whatever, you will always find them. And there's always so nice people, So if you feel at home really, really fast. That's my experience everywhere where I meet spiritual people. Yeah, it's really. And if you're into religion, yeah, sure, do that. Me personally, not so much into that. More like the open spirituality with not a set of rules, man-made rules. So you can explore and find your own path. No one is telling you what to think and what to do. You can find out for yourself. For me, that's the whole point of this. Yeah. Detso, thank you. Just found your channel. Great. Thank you. You're such a beautiful soul. Thank you, Victor. Thank you. Yeah. A lot of nice comments. Thank you so much. Hello from South Africa. Hello, hello. Rehana Chandley. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. So, guys, that's it for this time. I will see you again in a week. And I will then be, quite not 100%, but I think I will be in Sweden in a week. So we'll be reporting live from Sweden and my testing of the trust trip. So the main idea is that I will be manifesting through the trip and see what shows up after my intentions. So I'll figure this one out. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thanks. See you soon.